Hi everyone, my name is Katy Lee, therapist at Core Medical at Lumen, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about the good, the bad, and the ugly of working from home. Now, there's several different articles and studies out there that are talking about these topics specifically as more and more companies, such as Lumen, are moving towards a more hybrid type of work or work from home type of environment. Now, let's talk about the good things first, because there have been a lot of good things, especially coming out of the pandemic, about working from home. One, a lot of people report a little bit more flexibility in being able to have appointments or get things done throughout the day. They don't feel like they have to commute and have that drive. They also feel like they have a little bit more time with family, kind of depending on how their work schedule is working. So, those things can be all very, very good. The other piece that could be really positive about working from home is creating a schedule that can really accommodate some of these work life balances. However, as we'll talk about a little bit in the ugly portion, sometimes that can get confusing and convoluted depending on where and when we decide to do these things. Now, a lot of the things that we see with working from home, especially in mental health, is that people are working a lot more hours than they typically would in the office. Now, that doesn't mean that we're working straight hours per se, saying 8 to 5, like a typical workday. A lot of times, what we see with people is we're working odd hours of the day. So maybe we start work really early and we're starting at 6 a.m. and then we're not working for a little while because we're getting tired or burnt out or we have an appointment. And then we go back to work later or we're working until 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night. Now, this is something that we see as being really detrimental for workers. And the reason being is because now we're not creating that work-life balance. We're having more and more time that is taken up from work on our phones, on our laptops, answering emails, rather than doing things that would typically reduce our stress during that time. The other piece we're seeing is also a nutrition balance. A lot of times we have more access to our refrigerator, where when we're in the office, we don't necessarily get up and go searching for things all the time. So we're seeing a lot of people who have a nutrition imbalance, meaning that they are eating more or they're eating more sweet, salty, fatty foods, which typically comes because of stress. So one of the things we really need to focus on is how do we balance our work, make sure we're working within the hours that we would typically work, and not get distracted by everything else in life. And that can really make a typically successful day or a successful work week. As always, please feel free to reach out if you have any questions, and I hope this was a helpful tip of the good, the bad, and the ugly of working from home.